Hey guys, and welcome to episode 12 of Surg Feed the Beast Season 3 Let's Play. I am currently streaming this, so like I said before, if you'd like to see any episodes live or want to see my face, it does show up on the live stream. Today, I figure since I got this set up and now we're still on 1.06 on this server. And because we're generating so much power and I'm able to put so much into my extractor, I figured, you know what, now would probably be a good time to go ahead and start setting up our AE system to auto-process stuff for us. So I think the best place for us to start is with the extractor. And the first thing that I'm going to need is a way to put items into the extractor and a way to take items out. So with AE, what we want to do is go ahead and look it up here. Maybe it's not. Let me synchronize it here. Bus. We want to make basic import bus that'll import into the system and a basic export bus. That's how we export out of the system and into our extractor. So let's see if we can make one of those. We need a little bit of cable, which I don't think I have right now. We're also going to need a conversion matrix. Not too hard. We just need some basic processors and some fluix dust. I did have over here some nether quartz that I was grinding down into nether quartz dust, and I'm going to go ahead and cook that up into some silicone. So I'll give this just a second and let it go ahead and cook up a few for us. Okay, so I have a little bit of silicone. I have some more cooking up, but this will get us started. 16 should be fine. And let's go back to bus. And let's see, let's make the export bus first. So we need a conversion matrix and we need to make some basic processors. I don't think I have a cutting knife. Let's see, no I don't. I did on my single player world. Unfortunately, here on this world, I don't. So I'll just have to make a couple of those. Let's go ahead and throw some nether quartz in there. And 1, 2, 3 should be okay. And if you hear any background noise, I'm sorry about that. I can't really help it. So let's make a couple of these basic processors. 16. And I'm going to go ahead and get those cooked up as well. You're done. So we have some more silicone, so we can go ahead and throw that in here for right now. And while those processors are cooking up, we should be able to make the other parts that we need here. So we're going to need a piston. And I guess we're only getting one. Let's see if I should have some wood. Yeah, I have a lot of great logs. I did cut down a great wood tree, so 2 stacks should do it for right now. I will get another wood farm going, but it's not something that's high on my priority list right now. Export bus. We'll make a couple more pistons. 5 should do. And let's see, we're going to need an interface, which I need those, but we should be able to make the fluix dust. That should get us plenty for right now. So let's make a couple of cables here. Or say 21. And let's see if we can get an export bus. So I just need a little bit of glass, which I should have in there. Iron. Conversion matrix. Okay. Let's see if those chips are done cooking up. They are. And if there's a little bit of lag, it's mainly because I'm on a server here. And still getting the settings set up for streaming and recording at the same time. Let's do 5. We'll do 5 conversion matrix, and then I should be able to make 5 interfaces, and we want to make 1 export and 1 import, but we need a sticky piston, which I should be able to do. I should have some slime, and the blue slime works just fine for this too, and I'm going to do 2 of those. And we'll do basic import, and I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of those, and the export, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, and I'm just going to make a second one. Now, I don't want to just make basic ones. What I actually want is for the import, that's fine, but for the export, I want a precision. So let's go ahead and make 2 precisions, and what I should be able to do is take this precision bus, pop it right here, and now I can tell it what I want to export. And I want to tell it to move stacks at a time. So let's see what kind of ores we have. Well, lead, I know we can throw in there. I know we can throw silver. I know we can throw iron. Let's see, copper. Vintium, that goes in there too. Aluminum we can throw in. We can just about throw in all of this stuff. Gold. Indium, probably we should be able to. There's more, wait, tin. They keep changing the order. Cinnabar. Yeah, see, I might need more than, I don't know if cobalt. You know what, let's try cobalt. Anyway. Zinc. Ferrous I know can go in there. Let's see, zinc, ferrous, cadmium. We'll just grab one of everything that we have here. And manganese. Now I don't know if all of them will go in, but it's easy enough to figure it out. The first thing that we want to do is set this up with the things that we know. We know silver, we know iron, copper. I might have to set up another extractor or just another export, which is fine. Vintium, aluminum I know, gold definitely, indium not sure yet, tin, and let's go ahead and set up another export. So we have, let's go ahead and try the indium and the tin. Cinnabar I know will go. Cobalt not so sure yet. Zinc should. Ferrous I know will. Cadmium I know will. And just in case, I'm going to put these 2 on the end here and just see if they will fit. So let's try putting our cobalt. Okay, looks like cobalt does work. And how about, nope, manganese does not. So all you have to do is click and it'll get rid of that. So now we have to hook these up to our system. And so I'm going to put 1 here, which the nice thing is our system's right there. So let's get a little bit of cable. We'll just grab all of it for right now. So I'm going to put the cable here, so that should start pumping all of the items that are listed there, and then hook this up, and that'll start letting both sides put in. Now we want to make sure to be able to take stuff out when it's done, so that's where the import bus is, that imports it back into the network. So I'll put that there, and I'll now just connect it up this way. So it's nice and connected. We should be able to facade this up later, and that way you won't see all this. You'll just see the extractor with some blocks around it. Unfortunately, I can't put it in the back there because that's where the water's coming in. But this should get us a good amount of resources, and you can see here as soon as the indium finishes, you can't even really tell because it gets sucked right back into the system. Now the nice thing is what this will do is it'll continue to go down the line, and anytime that this slot is empty, it will go ahead and throw a new ore in there. So it will continuously process everything for us. So what we can do is we can throw all of these back into here, and now we don't have to worry about our ores being processed. I thought I had some ardite. I do have ardite. Let's see if we can put ardite in here. I wonder if will ardite work. It does work. That's nice. So we have a chance to get multiple ardite as well. So I'm going to let that finish. And once it runs through all of our ores, I'll be right back. And what we can do is we can set up our furnace over here. Okay guys, so this has been running for a little while. And this is a slow machine, so it's going to take quite a while. But what we get from this is our flakes. Now, we're going to need to cook them up. And I have a redstone furnace. That's going to be the easiest way for us to do that. So, we need to get our AE system over there. So, if we come down here, and I want to just go through the wall, probably up top here, because I don't want it, you know, right here in the middle of where I'm going to be. There we go. Did I get him? Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and I made up a few more cables. And let's see if we can get it. I want it right here to go over. So hopefully we have enough cables. Looks like we should. Right there. And then I want it to go up. Let's see if I can get it to go up. There we go. So now I have that, and I can take these bricks here and just cover that up as best I can. Now, I was thinking about it. I can't do facades because that buildcraft is not installed. It's not part of this mod pack. So, unfortunately, the cabling will be shown, but it's not a big deal. Facades, the only thing that they do is cover it up so you can't see it. Doesn't really affect anything. So now we have our furnace here, and I made a couple more export buses. I'm going to put one here on the side, and I'm going to tell it this side is your input. And let's go ahead and put another one on the top. And set it up like that. Now, if I can, I'd like to make the back the output. So let's go ahead and go outside. Actually, let's sleep through the night. The nice thing about this server is if anybody sleeps, it becomes day. It doesn't matter if everyone sleeps, it just matters if anyone sleeps. And let's see, we should be able to come through right here, yeah. And we'll put our import right here, so that's the back. And that should work just fine. Like I said, the facades, the only thing they would do is cover it up so that you can't see it. It's not really going to do much of anything else. Actually, what I can do, at least on the outside, is I should have some covers. And because I don't want to see the outside, let me out. So I should be able to come back here and just plop. They're not even. The covers aren't even, and that's why I didn't want to do them around the extractor. But at least now I won't have to look out at the grass from inside my house. See? So not the best, but and I'll probably change these here, these dirt. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. Plop one right here. and plop one right here. And I'll change that other one later. So now we have import and export. And what is that block that keeps bouncing around? And what I want to do is I want to set the top and the left side to input, and this one will be our output. So now what we should be able to do is go in here and look up any flakes. And so there's a cobalt flake, nickel, and we only need one. And we'll go ahead and get some ardite, indium, lead, and it looks like the rest are still going through the process. And I'll set up this top one first. I want to tell it move stacks at a time. So we're tell it lead, indium, ardite, nickel, and I'll put cobalt right below ardite. And what it should now do is all of the flakes that we get should now come in here and get cooked up and be sucked back into our system. So now we basically have a full process. As soon as we mine stuff, we throw it into our system. Anything that it knows how to deal with, any of these ores here or these ores here, will automatically get thrown into the extractor. From there, they get sucked back into the system after they're done, which you can see it is a long process, so it does take a little while. And then from there, once they get turned into flakes, now they're come over and automatically get cooked up and thrown back into our system into something that we can use, which is in this case, the lead ingots. Now, it might make different kinds of ingots. We may potentially have to deal with that later, or we can just let the system do it for us. If I have 5 different kinds of lead, it still remembers that they're lead. So it's not a huge deal in that case. So now we have a way to process our ores. Well, let's see if we can get a little more ore income. If you remember, let me go down here. The last tech episode that I was doing, because remember we did... What is that? Oh, I got it. Okay. Let's see if we can replace this one here real quick. Okay, there we go. So if you remember the last tech episode, because I did make the Christmas tree, the last tech episode that I did, I was working on Ender IO stuff, and I was working with the SAG mill and a couple of other Ender IO machines. I did find a way to generate MJ by just hooking up the capacitor bank here to my leadstone energy cell that I already have, and I'm running into a problem because I keep on having to put blocks of coal or charcoal or something that can be burned up in my steam dynamo, and I want to find a better system than that. So what I was working towards was, if we look up Ender IO, I was working towards a dimensional transceiver. So let's see how far we got. Okay, so we have that. We needed the octadic capacitor. Let's see. So I don't have the double layer capacitors. Okay, I don't have any capacitors. Let's go ahead and see if we can make a couple of those. Okay guys, so I finished making my dimensional transceivers. Now one of the downsides to these as opposed to tesseracts is it uses power, whereas tesseracts don't. So I'm going to place it right next to my capacitor bank, and I may or may not use these very much, but I'm going to try them just to see what this mod adds. So let's go ahead and I'm going to name this lava, and I'm going to make it private. So make this a private channel, add the channel lava, and activate it. Okay, so it looks like it's activated. How much is this using? Oh, that's using a lot. So I placed this down and I keep on crashing, and I'm wondering if it's because of this dimensional transceiver. And unfortunately, because of the fact that it keeps using power and keeps shutting off, I mean, I can't, it's supplying enough power. It's right next to a capacitor bank, so I don't understand why it would not be supplying enough power. I'm actually going to get rid of it and just go with Tesseracts. I wanted to try the mod, but it just doesn't seem economical. So what I'm going to do is go with these Tesseracts here. So I'm going to need an empty Tesseract frame, which means I'm going to need some Indirium ingots. Now, to make Indirium, I need my induction smelter upstairs. And I need some pyrotheum dust, which is pretty easy. I can make a few more blaze powders. And pulverized coal, which I have, and redstone. Okay, easy enough. Let's start with that. So let's get a little bit of redstone, 32, a little bit of glowstone, and let's go ahead and melt up the redstone, and I'm going to just throw these right in here so that way it just makes glowstone, or blaze powder as soon as it's ready. And I want to make the Indirium blend, which is tin, looks like tin, platinum, shiny metal. Do I have any platinum or shiny metal? I don't have any dust. I do have some platinum, so that's at least good. So let's try 4, and I'm going to need some tin. And I don't need that much. 4, 4, 4, that should work. And then I'm going to need some buckets of basically liquid ender. So let's see if I have any buckets. I have 1. Well, 1 will do. Okay, so that's empty. We have our glowstone. We have our blaze powders. Let me go ahead and throw just 4, because I'm not sure if they're going to get me a whole bucket. Looks like it gets me a quarter of a bucket. So I'm going to need 4 per. Wow, that's going to use up a whole lot of ender pearls. And that's only going to get me 1 tesseract. So let me go ahead and pulverize this stuff down, and I'll make the Indirium blend with my resonant ender bucket and pulverized tin, or tin dust. Okay, so I cooked everything up and I have the Indirium ingots. So now we should be able to make our tesseract frame. And I need hardened glass, so I'm going to need some lead. And looks like I'm getting a couple different kinds, that's fine. And some obsidian. So let me pulverize up the obsidian in the induction smelter. Go ahead and take that out. I made a few too many. Go ahead and throw in my lead and my pulverized obsidian. And that should get me, do I have to go this way? Why are you not working? Hardened glass. Lead. Oh, I need 8. There we go. That should get us a couple. No. Okay, so I have my hardened glass now, and I should be able to make 2 tesseract frames, because obviously with tesseracts you need 1 on each side of it, or each end, and we should be able to go ahead and fill those up. Wow, that's slow. So let's sleep through the night, or is it becoming day? Yeah, it looks like it's becoming day. Too late to sleep. One tesseract frame. Now, let's see what I need to do to turn it into an actual tesseract. So I have the tesseract frame, and I need, oh, just some silver. That's easy enough. I have plenty of silver. 2 tesseract frames. Now the nice thing is these don't require power. Unlike the Ender IO counterparts, these I should be able to just hook right up. 1, 2. I should be able to hook right up and they work just fine on their own. And because of the setup that I want to do, I'm going to put one right here, and I'm going to set it to just me for right now. And I'm going to set my frequency 1 and call it lava. Save the frequency. There we go. So now we have one set up for lava. And I should be able to go here, and I do not want it to send items. I do want it to send fluid, but I want this one to receive, and we don't need to worry about energy. So it's receiving fluid and it's sending nothing. So now we need one other thing, and that is some kind of pump. And in this case, I actually want to go with an endothermic pump, which I should need to go get one more ender pearl, because I don't think I have any. No, I don't. So let's see, let's break out something from Tinker's Construct that'll help us get ender pearls. Now, unfortunately, this won't all melt up at once, so I'm going to have to let this melt up and then put the 4 in. But what I want to make is a cleaver. And if we come over here, we should be able to see the natural ability, beheading. So what we should be able to do is make a cleaver and then run around at night, which it's getting to night, so I want to hurry up and see if I can get these made. We should be able to run around and kill anything. Skeletons, zombies, even creepers. I don't think it works on animals, even though if you look, there is animal heads like pig head, zombie villagers, chickens. I don't think the cleaver works to get those. But once we get a few heads, what we can do is, if we see here, zombie head, we can actually, I want to see the uses. Uses for zombie heads is if I take 2 of them, I can get 8 ender pearls. So that'll take care of our ender pearl situation. So I'm going to let this melt up, make my cleaver, and I'll show you guys the cleaver in action. Okay, so now we should be able to put everything together. I have the steel large sword blade, the steel plate, and 2 tough steel steel tough rods. And now we have a cleaver. Now the nice thing is, it's still night. So let's see if we can find some volunteers to try this on. Now, I know I could make better tools than steel. The thing is I don't have a lot of better materials to make it out of. So I'm mining as I go. Ah, there we go. Let's see. Come here. Any heads? No heads. Oh, heck. No heads yet. Let's move this stuff so we can see when we actually get one. No head. This is supposed to add a big chance to us getting heads. I don't think it works on the cows. Well, we get steak from cows. I think I'm lagging or something. Let me relog here real quick. That's not any better. Okay, so I'm going to find out what's going on. And between this episode and next, I'll go ahead and collect up some ender pearls. And next episode, the first thing that we're going to do is make an endothermic pump, get it set up, and start transporting lava. I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, I will see you guys later. And try not to die from falling into the void or something.